Sherlock Holmes is the game that I am playing. I don't know what to expect from this at all. I have never played any of the previous Sherlock Holmeses, nor have I played the subsequent Sherlock Holmes. I think there is only one Sherlock Holmes after this one. In the Frogware, or whatever this company is that made these games. But for some reason, I decided to give it a whirl. Don't know what to expect. We'll see if it's any good. In memory of the Ukrainian Heavenly Hunter.
Multiple crimes.
The fate of Black Peter. Some evidence requires additional investigation. Each time you complete an observation of a person, a brief summary appears on the Character Portraits tab in the casebook. Deduction space icon appears each time you find a new clue. Wow. A new clue. Seems dangerous. Not entirely sure what he's doing.
Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad.
Classic Sherlock.
Stop, Holmes!
Is that Sherlock?
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
He's got a gun.
I was aiming for the vase.
Yeah, he's got a gun.
Blindfolded.
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
Wow,
You
I
can
can't
see
believe
me.
his deduction.
Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here.
Classic
I also
powder
have several
reserve
appointments
robbery.
that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Press square to open the casebook and check your current progress in the investigation, past evidence, etc. Profile of the victim. Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, born in 1845 and so 50 years old. He achieved a great success in whale hunting in Scandinavia. Retired in 1884, eventually moving to Woodman's Lee. Fascinate. Wow, that's a map. It's a serious map there. Investigate the murder. Use the mortuary crate. Inspect the crime scene at Woodman's Lee. Select a suit to wear using your personal wardrobe. And join Lestrade at Woodman's Lee. Alright, so I have to find a suit to wear.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess! Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
Wow.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Ah, my analysis table. How about that? If I need to do some analysis later.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Alright.
I too have an analysis table. It's called my desk.
Yes. Maybe I should just start calling my desk my analysis table.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Okay.
This is where I keep my post.
Alright. Watson's basically living in a closet here. Okay. This room. Okay. This is where I can get dressed, I'm guessing. It's a makeup table. Alright. Good.
This is good.
Yes, this is good. Oh, good stuff. I kind of think that I should just wear a top hat. I can't wear a monocle.
Really blending in with the fisherman.
Yeah, well, what can I say? This is shitty goatee. Wow, so many good options here. Look at that unshaven neck there. Kind of think this basic stash might be the way to go. What? Come on. Why do you even show them to me then?
Boo.
So is the lock on the right side telling me that it's not available? I'm guessing. Okay, so I have very few options. All of the facial hair options are locked. And both glasses options. So really I only have hat options.
You need to level up to unlock beard.
Yeah. Bandit outfit. I'm gonna go with this light suit. Alright. Off to the town.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes?
M.R. Holmes.
M.R. Holmes. Layered stone pathway. Footprints.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
I guess Sherlock is a witcher.
Yeah. You have your bat vision.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My
You look
condolences,
so
Mrs. Carey.
stupid with your
Thank you,
top
Mr. Holmes.
hat.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything
It's a good
unusual
hat,
on
Nate.
the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Okay.
What?
What is this trash? Classic crusted tit.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Alright. Return from Plymouth, huh? I guess it's this one, right? Pilgrimage.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Wow. Some power of deduction there, Holmes.
I like how Holmes is just a master of rampant speculation.
Yep. The magic is that he's always right.
Mr. Holmes?
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Hello, hello, hello.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
Wow.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
World's greatest detective
Well,
here.
he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Perhaps. He did not.
What a terrible way to die.
Ah, suspiciously empty.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
Wow.
The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
The tooth of a sperm whale.
Dundee. Dundee. Dundee.
Dundee.
Hammerfest. It's a whaling map.
Wow. Can't believe this whaler had a whaling map.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain. Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
Take boots.
Old navigation instruments. Nothing interesting.
Steal all Peter's clothes and add them to your costume wardrobe.
Yeah.
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
No one fully dressed could possibly have been caught by surprise.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
Can I open the notebook?
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Ah.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Wow. Find a pair of related clues that will form a deduction. Red colors signify...
my dagger.
Attempts. Made a break-in according to the scratches. Here he says that her husband took care of the garden himself. That does not sound feasible. She might be hiding something. Okay. I don't know if I have enough things here to make a deduction.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey...
Carey's body was impaled to the wall with harpoon through the chest like a butterfly. Her husband took care of the garden himself. She does not sound feasible. Break-in attempt. Several unsuccessful attempts that were made to break in according to the scratches around the locks. Leather notebook with the initials JHN. It is stained with blood. In case that was dropped into the pool of blood after the murder. Okay. I don't see any deductions there. Any obvious deductions. Am I missing anything?
Mr. Holmes?
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
Hey, get back here, Sherlock.
These boots don't match the footprints.
These boots. Maybe I can go talk to the grieving widow again.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Except it's missing.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. I don't think... There we go. That's how you run. Okay, so what next? I've exhausted all my dialogue options with her. It didn't look like any of the clues went super obviously together, at least.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Yes. It does seem that way, doesn't it? Okay. That's my tin box. He wasn't interested in those navigation tools. Sea unicorn. Looked at the table. Or no, I haven't looked at the table.
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
Sailor's work.
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize
Classic
it,
sailor's
I must
work.
construct my associations in one picture.
Rotate and move the elements to form a clear picture of aromatic associations, alright?
Amazing.
I'm a little bit confused by this. Obviously,
I think the boat is flipped the wrong way right now.
oh.
Or maybe I'm wrong, I have no idea. Oh, that's close.
Oh, so it probably needs to... And then where does this go?
Does the boat still need to rotate a bit? Some of the lines don't line up.
No, you're right. I'm not sure I'm... I don't know. I wish I had a better
The other
sense.
side looked closer, maybe.
This side?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had a better sense of...
Rotate counterclockwise a bit. To the right. That's really close, I think slightly more. If you go a little more counterclockwise, the sail lines should line up. Other way.
Now I'm lost.
Alas.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm very good at this kind of puzzle. I wish I had a better sense of what it was supposed to look like. I just feel like I don't get this... the sails, like what... It's a lack of imagination on
The
my
sail
part.
lines are close.
Imagination on my part, yeah. There's something here. I don't know if these are supposed to line up.
Ooh yeah. That looks good to me.
There we go.
This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among
Well,
sailors.
nice.
That took me a while, but it's alright.
What a weird puzzle.
Yeah.
Someone drank from this glass recently. Someone drank from this glass recently.
You don't say.
Rum, a sailor's drink. It seems that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
They should have made the puzzle more similar to the alien circlet in Phantasmagoria 2.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I finished inspecting the crime scene. I still need to investigate the murder as a whole, I guess. Okay. So did the break-in attempts have anything to do with the tin box? No. JHN. Okay. Thought maybe it would be that, like, the gardener was JHN or something. Okay. I don't know.
Mr. Holmes?
I've investigated the scene.
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
I have, according to...
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Yeah.
Roughly the size of a barge.
Yeah. Okay. For introduction or close to an achievable clue combination. Okay. I'm trying to remember how to get back into my main menu. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, I have inspected the crime scene. So what, do I just go back to Baker Street now? I guess I'll try doing that.
Mr. Holmes?
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
Okay. But I've inspected the crime scene.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
So what else do I need to do? Should I talk to the widow again?
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. Peter Carey, a non-smoker, gave up smoking a long time ago, but he might still have kept the pouch, although his wife had not seen it before she was forbidden to set foot inside the cabin. It's made... Alright. Not sure what the difference is between this L1 view and this R1 view. They probably explained it to me and I just went through one ear and out the other. Yeah, I don't know. Are there some more clues I'm supposed to put together?
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
I have, according to my notebook, but I can't leave here yet. So there must be something I have to do. No gardener. Guess I could just, like, brute force this deduction thing. Seems like kind of cheap, though. Oh. Okay.
LOL.
An ambush must be made tonight to see if the break-in attempt will be repeated.
Ha! Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Alright, I guess I gotta organize an ambush now. Murder, organize an ambush with Lestrade. Mysterious intruder might return tonight to finish what he has planned. Okay.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Mr. Holmes?
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Sure. Okay. So I guess whenever I see that icon, it means that I can put clues together and form something that will advance progress in the game. That's good to know at least. I kind of wish I'd been able to, like, put those clues together organically and not just brute force it.
Shh. Did you hear that?
The camera in this game is wild. Alright, who's this guy?
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
LOLOLO.
Police! Hold it right there. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Ah,
Do
JHN.
you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't. I'm not... It's a terrible mistake.
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Okay. Ah, I can go to Scotland Yard now.
Well, just sent a child off to jail.
Classic Holmes.
Time to read a book smugly in a coach.
Mr. Holmes?
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
Mr. Holmes?
They really didn't add that much spice to the NPC barks, did they?
These are the suspect's belongings. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
The One Ring.
From R. Dawson. To my friend and partner, 1883. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
Kind of check out that archive.
A handkerchief with the initials JHN. A handkerchief. A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. Locked. Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
Well, yeah, but the engraving says that it belonged, R. Dawson, to my friend and partner. Well, I guess he could have had a friend and partner named R. Dawson. But, though I don't know what 1883, like how long ago that was.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
Classic.
LOL, thin neck.
Yep, thin neck. No Gaston here. Rude. What am I missing? Thin neck, patch, expensive fabric, scars, short sleeves, callus, maybe about his fingernails. Nothing weird about his groin. I don't know. Shabby cap. Thin neck. Expensive fabric patch. Short sleeve. Oh, but something about the button. Elaborate buttons. Okay.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
It's very important that he has elaborate buttons.
Yep. It is very important that he has elaborate buttons. Well, you have your father's jacket, so maybe it's also your father's ring.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably
A
cleaning
manual
fish.
job.
You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Sherlock Holmes is kind of
Well,
a dick.
I will see you soon, young man.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent.
Okay, so I guess I can put clues together now.
Sherlock just rolled in to show this kid how smart he was. No other reason.
Okay. Okay, not the gardener. Ah, swift actions and pinned to the wall. Obviously connected. We need to find out whether an unskilled and untrained man could use a harpoon well enough to kill by fully piercing a body. Okay, I mean, sure.
I need to stage a reconstruction. I'm sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
Would he? Alright. I think I'm gonna call it quits for now, but it's been interesting. Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment.